to Juan Seguin's High School's commencement ceremony for the class of 2016. Would you please stand for a video tribute to our country, the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance, and the singing of our national anthem?
Triceps. Hooked. Post. Base.
Set. Arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag under the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you please remain standing while the Seguin Chamber Choir sings our national anthem? Thank you. Please be seated.
Again, welcome to Juan Seguin Commencement Ceremony for the class of 2016. Students, staff, and family members, we are gathered here for this special moment, a moment that we all have been waiting for 12 years. All of our hard work, late night studying, and preparation have brought us to this special occasion, graduation. Just a few years ago, we walked through the doors of Juan Seguin High School as underclassmen, not knowing where our paths would take us, but hoping for a bright future to someday become the leaders of our school. Seniors, we have heart like no other. We lifted our classmates up when they needed it the most. We cheered our fellow teammates on through times of adversity, and we supported one another when life just didn't seem to go our way. Today, we join together to celebrate all of our accomplishments, acknowledge how far we have come, and recognize how much we have achieved throughout our 4 years. We look back on the memories we have created together, but we can't help but think about what the future has waiting for us as we start the rest of our lives today. Again, welcome and congratulations to the class of 2016.
Good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Silverman, and I'm the class of 2016 Student Body Vice President. I am here to announce our special guest. We would like to welcome Dr. Marcelo Cavazos, Superintendent of Schools, and Mr. Michael A. Hill, Assistant Superintendent for Administration. Welcome school board members, Ms. Jamie Sullins, President, Mr. John Hibbs, Secretary, Ms. Keisha Mays, Assistant Secretary, Ms. Polly Walton, Trustee, Ms. Kristen Hudson, Trustee, Mr. Bowie Hogg, Trustee. We would also like to welcome our Elite 8 principals, Ms. Rhonda Greer, Principal of Ashworth Elementary, Mr. David Dillard, Principal of Beebensea Elementary, Ms. Susie Mitchell, Principal of Beckham Elementary, Ms. Nicole Turnipseed, Principal of Piercy Elementary, Mr. Grayson Toperzer, Principal of Fitzgerald Elementary, Mr. Mark Kamal, Principal of William Elementary, and Ms. Laura Thurston, Principal of Owsley Junior High.
Good afternoon. My name is Caitlin Hong, and I am the class of 2016 Student Body Secretary. I am here to announce Seguin's counselors and administrators. Miss Alicia Curry, Miss Carolyn Hammonds, Mrs. Misty Kilgore, Miss Shayla Pratt, Mr. Scott Wells, Mrs. Heather Williams. Our administrators consist of Mr. Samuel D. Nix, Principal of Seguin High School, Miss Kirsten Lundeen, Academic Assistant Principal, Miss Stephanie Bonneau, Advanced Academic Assistant Principal, Mr. Rick Humes, a Senior Assistant Principal, Mr. Brian Bird, a Junior Assistant Principal, Mrs. Rosa Darkwall, Sophomore Assistant Principal, Miss Tambia Wesco, Freshman Assistant Principal, and Mr. Anthony Terrell, Freshman Assistant Principal.
It is with great enthusiasm that I introduce our class salutatorian, Stephanie Nguyen. Stephanie is joined by her family. Her parents and older brother are seated to your right. Will you all please stand? Thank you for your ongoing love and support of such a dynamic young lady. I have enjoyed getting to know Stephanie this year as her counselor. I have learned that she is an outstanding student who does everything in excellence. Stephanie has taken every opportunity to make the most of her high school career by taking the most rigorous classes and being heavily involved in athletics, clubs, and community service organizations. She is a member of the Math UIL team, National Honor Society, National Art Honor Society, Future Business Leaders of America, and Health Occupation Students of America. She has received awards in both FBLA and HOSA and will represent Seguin at Nationals this summer. She has also earned first place in the Imagine No Violence art contest for the past 4 years. As president of the NAHS, she led her team in a school-wide project that raised thousands of dollars and provided clean water to villages in Africa. She plays on the school's golf team and is a part of the color guard in the band. Stephanie will attend Texas A&M this fall, majoring in biomedical science. Her career goal is to become a physician's assistant or a medical illustrator. I am proud to introduce our salutatorian, Stephanie Wynn.
So here we are, the class of 2016, sitting in our chairs, probably uncomfortable, mostly tired, and listening to some person up in the front of the room talk about who knows what. Well, it kind of reminds you of your first day of school, doesn't it? But somehow, that first day of school somehow turned into 4 years of school. And those 4 years of school somehow turned into the last day of school. And even that turned into today, graduation day. Now, before I go any further into this, I'd like to thank my brother. Jimmy, you have called me names and you've made fun of me, but you've always been there by my side, and I couldn't ask for a better brother than you. I'd like to thank... I'd also like to thank my parents, my grandparents, and my entire family, as they were the ones that have been there by my side from when I was young to now. Cảm ơn ba, mẹ, ông và nội, và các bác, các cô, chú, thím, vì nhờ sự hy sinh và giúp đỡ của gia đình con mới được đứng ngay đây. That and the amazing counselors here and all the teachers who have supported us with the countless hours after school, sorry, Ms. Heath, and of course, the lunch ladies and the janitors that feed us and clean up our messes from the start of day one. But yeah, here we are. And a lot of us have changed since that first day. Some of us have changed physically and grew like beanstalks. Some of us have changed mentally and won scholarships by writing essays about their own hands. Some of us have learned to count from 1 to 3, and some of us have turned into the Blue Devils themselves. But nonetheless, we've gotten older, and we've changed, like, a lot. But the cool thing is, even after this day, this pinnacle of our lifetime, we're just going to keep on changing. Think about this. If life was like some sort of game, we've only gotten past the tutorials. If life was like a movie, we've only gotten past the prequels. And, based on Star Wars, you guys probably know how that turned out. So what I'm trying to say is, we've got an entire lifetime to change even more and be whoever we want to be. If you want to cure cancer, go for it. If you want to be America's future track star, go ahead and run like the wind. If you want to revolutionize the world and combine the Dougie, the whip, and the Nene all into one dance move, then by all means. This class of 2016 dreams big, and we don't just keep those dreams as dreams. We turn them into reality. But no matter what you plan on doing tomorrow, or the day after that, or the day after that, never forget the days of Seguin. Never forget the friends you've made, the lessons you've learned, the mistakes you've made, and the times you've gotten back up again. Because those were the days that have made you, you. And the you sitting there with your suit and tie, looking fly, your cap and your gown, that you is amazing. It's awesome. It's beautiful. Thanks for listening. And as John Green once said, as they say in my hometown, don't forget to be awesome.
It is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2016, Tien Han. She is accompanied by her family, and at this time, I would like to acknowledge her parents. Will you all please stand? Thank you for raising such an amazing young lady. Tien came to Arlington, Texas in 4th grade and attended Beckham Elementary and Owsley Junior High before coming to Seguin High School. I have had the pleasure of working with Tien this school year as her counselor, and I have observed her ambition and how passionate she is about everything she does. Tien is an exceptional student who has unlimited potential. She competes with the academic decathlon team, FBLA, and HOSA. She will compete in the National Leadership Conference this summer for e-business and biomedical debate. Tien was a member of the tennis team and has played in the orchestra since 4th grade. She is involved in community service clubs such as Environmental Club and Key Club. She is also a member of the National Honor Society, National Art Honor Society, and National Technical Honor Society. In her spare time, she likes to play her piano and watch Grey's Anatomy on Netflix. She also teaches Sunday school at her church. Tien has a full academic scholarship to Duke University, where she will major in neuroscience. She will major in neuroscience before applying to medical school and specializing in anesthesiology. As I stated earlier, Tien is an exceptional student. Not only does she possess the intellectual ability to achieve all of her dreams, but she possesses the character and heart to make a difference in the lives of others. Ladies and gentlemen, Tien Han.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Tien Hong, and I'm sure many of you are seeing me for the very first time today. I regret not meeting everyone in our class, but I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate the day with all of you. Well, June 4th, 2016. It is the day we have been looking towards ever since we walked through those doors freshman year. Now we are closing one door and opening another, one that leads us into the exciting unknown of the future. Street philosopher and poet Drake once said, "I guess you lose some and you win some as long as the outcome is income." Well, while material success may be very tempting, it is surely not the only definition for success. Success is also being able to build a happy life for yourself and to help someone get to where you are today. You know, many things have changed over the past 4 years. We got an amazing new principal. Our girls' track team placed first at state. Woo! Taylor Swift. And of course, how much hotter we all look after puberty. The most important change, however, took place within ourselves. As we grew up, we made mistakes and slowly discovered who we are as a person and what we like. We formed lasting relationships and fleeting ones that left permanent marks on us. Our personalities changed, and we became more comfortable in our own skin. After all, we've all got to learn how to shake it off, right? However, it's important to remember, and Dr. Cavazos put this in a great way on senior night, that we did not do this alone. We had to thank God, our family, friends, teachers, administrators, and alike. Even though we may dislike classes because of homework and whatnot, although I blame senioritis for a majority of it, we have to admit that our achievements would not be possible without our teachers today. They are the ones that provide us lifeboats in the sea of knowledge. So remember F equals MA, low D high minus high D low over low squared. That's calculus, by the way. Orange does not rhyme with gullible, don't make my mistake. And the people with asthma and glasses are the smartest people on earth. On a more personal note, I'd like to thank my family. Shout out to my family from Canada who came over here. You guys are amazing.
First of all, I'd like to thank my parents. They have sacrificed everything so I could be up here. I don't think they know that I noticed, but they spend all of their money and time making sure that I have the very best, and they refuse to do the same for themselves. They believed in the poor Vietnamese immigrant girl when no one else did. So, ba mẹ, con không biết nói gì hơn để cảm ơn ba mẹ, thì con sẽ cố gắng học để cho ba mẹ hãnh diện về con. And that basically means thank you so much, and I will do my very best to make you proud. Oh, and thank you to my friends, especially those who are sitting behind me on the stage right now, and to those out there too. Thank you for standing by me all of these years. Thank you for coming up to me in 4th grade and saying, "Hi, my name is Caitlin. We have the same last name. Let's be friends." And thank you for Vivian to leaving presents in every seat in my every single class I have on my 17th birthday. It was the best thing that's ever happened to me. I know I'm quite a handful, but you guys didn't give up on me. Thanks for letting me babble on and on about Rice and Duke and Twilight and Harry Potter, and I can go on, but I'm not going to. And for getting me Starbucks when I'm down. You guys are like the Woody to my Buzz Lightyear. They are probably face-palming right now, but it's okay. Most of us are eager to leave high school, and even more eager to start the next chapter of our lives. As Charles Dickens puts it, this is the best of times, it's the worst of times. And oh boy, was high school that. But believe it or not, this is the easiest part of our lives. Sadly, senioritis can't stay with us forever. We actually have to go out there and start doing adult things like taxes and being responsible and taxes. But as we go off to amazing colleges, go Blue Devils, get a job, or start a family, we must always remember to stay true to ourselves. Do what you set your mind towards. Don't follow anyone else's path. I mean, unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, then, follow that path, because it's the only way you're going to survive. Two great figures, Shakespeare and Harry Potter, once said, "Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them." Unfortunately, we weren't born with the supernatural abilities like Superman or given powers like Captain America, but we leave high school today with the opportunity to succeed like they did. Success is never easy, or else it would not be called success. I was out with Kevin, one of my best friends, the other day, and he said, if you honestly try and put effort into doing something, there's nothing that can stop you. The question isn't who is going to let me, but who is going to stop me. Now, at the time, I think he was referring to beating the boss level in Super Mario Bros., but it should be a no-brainer that the wisdom of Mario applies to both their world and ours. If we are able to fully grasp the opportunity for success, we can go to infinity and beyond. You shouldn't give advice because it's hard to give. You shouldn't take advice because you would be setting yourself to expectations that are too high. So, here's my advice. I challenge you to stick to these 4 mantras. 1, generosity, the desire and willingness to help others in need and change the world for the better. 2, patience, realizing that things aren't always going to go your way and that people are not perfect. Compromise and continue to be willing to compromise. 3, humility, realizing that you yourself are not perfect. Live humbly and learn from your past mistakes. And finally, love. Be kind to others and never stop forgiving. We're all human after all. So, class of 2016, congratulations for graduating, and more importantly, for making it thus far in my speech. Just wait until they start calling the graduation names. I think that's going to be long. But if you're going to remember anything from this speech at all, remember this. You can do this. You are capable of achieving whatever you put your mind towards. Go change the world. Maybe people will be learning from you 100 years from now. I don't know. That's cool. And even if you don't believe in yourself, believe in me and all the people around you who believe in you. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Tiara Lewis. Good afternoon, administrators, faculty, parents, and my class of 2016. Although we celebrate the end of a long academic journey, we are just getting started. From our first day as freshmen until now, we have been led by the very best. As this year's Richard Green Scholar, I had the honor of observing and working with administrators and directors that pride themselves in keeping Arlington Independent School District one of the best in the nation. Our next speaker is no doubt a man in the midst of everything AISD. Dr. Cavazos continuously carries compassion on his sleeve for this community, and his persistence for quality education is evident through his countless speeches and one-on-one conversations. Dr. Cavazos holds a bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Texas, Pan America, and a doctorate degree from the University of Texas at Austin. He joined AISD in 1999, and since then, we have been blessed to have him and the many faculty and staff cheering us on through this incredible journey. So it is my greatest honor that I present to you Dr. Marcelo Cavazos.
Well, thank you so much. And graduates, congratulations on your accomplishment tonight. You have accomplished great achievements, and you have done that as a demonstration of your learning and your progression through our school system. And I want to take a moment to thank the parents, the friends, the family members, and other special guests that are here with you today. So graduates, would you give them a round of applause? And it's because of your support of these young people that they're able to be here tonight. Your love, your care, your support, your discipline when they needed it, your support of their homework, getting them to school. Because of that, they're here tonight. And graduates, I challenge you tonight to take a moment to remember somebody who is unable to be here with you, somebody who supported you, but they can't be here tonight, either because of distance or because they've passed. Take a moment to reflect on their meaning in your life. In addition, I'd like to ask you to take a moment this afternoon to think about the fact that you represent a large number of people that help you get here tonight. So when you walk across this stage, and your valedictorian made a great point, when you walk across this stage, you don't come alone. You come with your teachers, your principals, your counselors, your parents, your friends, all of those people that supported you. That's who's with you tonight. And we gather here to celebrate you, but we also gather to pay some tribute and some honor to the people that you bring across this stage as you continue your journey in life. All those individuals that have influenced your life, that's who you represent tonight. And so as you walk this stage and you cross that next chapter in your life and you begin the journey of the rest of your life, know that they are with you, they've supported you, and they will continue to guide you in the future. The other thing I'd like to share with you is to take full advantage of your high school diploma. Your high school diploma, some of you, many of you will frame it, but just remember that a high school diploma is not to be constrained, it's not static, it's not stale. Your high school diploma is a tool, it's a key, it's action. And it's action that will allow you to get to your next chapter in your life. And be confident of the fact that you are exceptionally prepared for this world. So I have no doubt, with the support and the people that have helped you here tonight, that when you cross this stage and you face the next chapter in your life, that you will undoubtedly change the world. And that's what you can do to pay back all that support that you've received. And I encourage you that as you go on to great things, to accomplish many more accomplishments and achievements, that you make an effort to make this world more peaceful. Anywhere you go, that you make this world more peaceful. More peaceful for you, for all of us, and for future generations. So again, congratulations, and I look forward to celebrating with you tonight.
President Solons, Dr. Cavazos, members of the Arlington School Board, trustees, parents, and guests, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the graduating ceremony for the Seguin High School senior class of 2016. I would like to recognize the teachers, the counselors, and the staff of Seguin for your dedication and your commitment. Your contribution to the educational advancement of these students will be felt for many years to come. I'd like to thank the senior sponsors, Ms. Angela Limer, Ms. Amy Croft, and Ms. Teresa Menard for your hard work in ensuring that these seniors experience an unforgettable year. I would also like to thank the Elite 8 principals for your leadership and commitment to ensuring a quality education for not only these graduates, but for the up-and-coming Seguin Cougars. It's truly because of the foundation that you all have laid that we are successful. Thank you. Congratulations, parents, family members, and friends of the class of 2016. Your support, your sacrifice, and your guidance has been instrumental in helping each of these graduates get here today. I'd also like to celebrate the contribution of our PTSA and recognize Mr. Fabian Madrano for his work as the PTSA president and his cabinet for their support of our students and our staff. Of the 75 schools in the Arlington Independent School District, only 6 schools were awarded the Golden Apple Award. And of those 6 schools, there was only one high school. That school was Seguin. This award is presented to all PTSA that recruit 100%, I'm gonna say that again, 100% of school faculty. This is indicative of the commitment from each employee at Seguin to ensure that each Seguin student receives a quality education in a safe, orderly, productive, and engaged environment. This has been a graduating class that has achieved and excelled in every area. They've represented their school, their family, but most importantly, themselves very well. They've exhibited academic excellence, school spirit, integrity, respect, and have set a lasting example of leadership for the underclassmen to follow. As evidence of their commitment to the aforementioned core values, I'd like to list just a few of their accomplishments. Our band that you heard coming in won sweepstakes, straight ones in marching, straight ones in concert sight reading, 15 state awards, and numerous other awards. Three out of 4 in orchestra received sweepstakes at UIL, including Symphonic Orchestra, which has gotten sweepstakes every single year that Seguin has been open. Our varsity women's choir received sweepstakes at UIL concert and sight reading. Also, our students won 7 state solo awards. In our art program, we won 3 gold medals in region and VASA competition. Our girls' track were state champions last year, and we finished as the state runners-up this week. We clinched the state championship in the 4x2, the 4x2 meter relay, and the 100 meter hurdles. And we have the fastest girl in the nation graduating today, in Tonia Marshall. Our boys' track were regional qualifiers in the 400, boys' hurdles, and the 200. Our boys' basketball were by-district champs. Our girls' wrestling were district champs, and we had 3 state qualifiers. We currently have 23 athletic scholarships from Seguin High School. This senior class has amassed 3.5 thousand hours of community service. Of the 409-member graduating class, there were 303 college acceptance letters requesting attendance from various colleges and universities. And this senior class has amassed $2.7 million in scholarships and financial aid. And at this time, I would like to take just a minute to recognize any senior that will be joining the armed forces. And I'm going to ask you to stand as I call the branch in which you will be serving, and remain standing. If you will be joining the United States National Guard, please stand. If you will be joining the United States Coast Guard, please stand. If you'll be joining the United States Air Force, please stand. If you will be joining the United States Army, please stand. If you will be joining the United States Navy, please stand. And if you will be joining the United States Marine Corps, please stand. I want to thank you for the commitment that you're about to make. Your country thanks you, and Seguin and this entire arena applauds you. Thank you. Now I'd like to take just a minute to briefly address the seniors that sit before me. Seniors, you've been the recipients of many words of wisdom, not only this afternoon from your peers and from leaders of the school community, but leading up to this moment from your family, your friends, your community. Words of motivation, words of encouragement, words of comfort, but most importantly, words of advice. The reason that we are instilling these words of advice into your life is because that we realize that graduation is not finality. See, graduation is only the beginning, guys. It's the beginning of a life full of decisions. Decisions that will challenge your core beliefs. Decisions that will have an effect on your money, on your relationships, on your families, but most importantly, on your future. Please remember this, guys. You are where you are today and who you are today because of all of the decisions of your yesterdays. So my challenge to you is this: to embrace the words of wisdom that have been set before you and to continue making the decisions that you've made to get you to this point. And as your valedictorian said to you, nothing is too hard for you. Let no challenge, let no obstacle stand in your way. And most importantly, never give up, never stop moving, and never quit. I'm going to take a snippet from a speech that Dr. Martin Luther King gave in 1967. Speech was entitled, "What is Your Life's Blueprint?" And in that speech he said, if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. So I say that to you because as individuals, remember that you are an individual with a high standard simply because you are a graduate of Juan Seguin High School. At this time, would all candidates for graduation please stand? President Sullins, Dr. Gavassos, members of the board, the students who have met all state and local requirements as set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Arlington Independent School District are hereby certified to you as candidates for graduation and will receive a high school diploma with all of the rights and privileges that this diploma carries by law. By the authority invested in me as principal, I proudly proclaim them as graduates of Juan Seguin High School. Will the first row please remain standing to be recognized and to receive your diplomas.
Traquan Shakir Adley. Temple Nicole Aggie, recommended. Hilda Arlette Aguilar, recommended. Juan Antonio Aguilar, recommended. Emily Marie Aguinaga, recommended. Ian Patrick Alexander, cum laude, distinguished. Mara Bassem Alhamud. Soha Ali, recommended. Alexis Uriel Alvarado, magna cum laude, distinguished. Eduardo Alvarez, recommended. Santina Angelique Alvarez, recommended. Jacqueline Marie Honorio, cum laude, distinguished, avid. Matthew John Armstrong. Simone Nicole Askins, recommended. Aladdin Asaf, recommended. Naya Jelisa Austin. Victoria Lene Avila, distinguished. Iman Samir Badran, recommended. Joel Baidu, distinguished. Caitlin Elizabeth Bailey, recommended. Dominique Deontay Baldwin, distinguished. Devon Christopher Berry, cum laude, distinguished, avid. Seymour Battle IV, recommended. Micah Nathaniel Batten, recommended. Anissa Becerra, distinguished, avid. Jasmine Bernal Contreras, recommended. Abdullah Faisal Bumble, magna cum laude, distinguished. Madeline Marie Birchfield, cum laude, distinguished, avid. Grant Stephen Bishop, recommended. Taylor Shea Bieland, recommended. Joshua Dale Boggs. Decorah Janae Bonner. Chad Aaron Brantley, cum laude, recommended. Brandon Levi Bratcher, cum laude, distinguished, avid. Londarius Dewan Brown, recommended. Taylor Nicole Brown, recommended. Candice Bui, recommended. Elijah Herbert Butler, recommended. Jose Luis Calzada, recommended. Tierra Nicole Camarillo Johnson, magna cum laude, distinguished. Yabrina Campbell, cum laude, distinguished. Natalie Elizabeth Cantu, cum laude, recommended. Misael Ivan Cardenas, recommended. Gabriela Reina Cardona, distinguished. Sylvester Cardona, recommended, avid. Samantha Carrasco, recommended. Michael Scott Carivo. Leslie Amaris Castro, recommended. Samantha Olesia Cates, recommended. Florentino Cazares, cum laude, distinguished. Angel Chairez Hernandez, distinguished. Slow down. Noemi Marie Chapa. Jose Enrique Chavaria, recommended. Alejandra Mariel Chavez, cum laude, recommended. Alex Anthony Chavez, recommended. Say Choate. Daniel Well Choate. Tommy Lee Clemens. Mason Andrew Clough, distinguished. Michael Chase Cafaro, recommended. Kareem Amarian Cole. Grace Marie Colocho, distinguished, avid. Kylan Rose Cooper, recommended, avid. Alexandra Cornejo Ruvalcaba, recommended, 3-year plan. Kaylin Ann Courtney. Victoria Alexis Covey. Sarina Amira Crenshaw, recommended. Kadeja Danielle Cryer, cum laude, distinguished, avid. Kelsey Renee Daggs, distinguished. Geisha Faye Davis, recommended. Jaime Enrique de la Peña, distinguished. Shatali T. De Silva, distinguished. Olivia Noel Delaney. Cristela Danielle Delgado, recommended. Keenan Rashad Dennis, recommended. Keelan Ahmad Dennis, recommended. Alejandra Jessie Diaz, recommended. Vung Do, cum laude, recommended. Alexis O'Shea Donald. Naya Nicole Drumgool, recommended, avid. Andre Janice Edmonds, recommended. Kelton Rain Edmonds, recommended. Jasmine Nicole Else, recommended. Sierra Marie Elwis, recommended, avid. Daniela Itunuade Faladay, recommended. Brianna Catherine Fox, recommended. Ricardo Ferrioli Jr., recommended. Chantel Renee Field, recommended. Komari On Flag, recommended. Samantha Marie Florence, recommended. Mia Flores, recommended. Nicholas Anthony Flores. Makai Cesar Fontanez. Donovan Lovell Fordham, recommended. Deagiana Foster. Mariela Fernanda Fragoso, recommended. Julia Marie Frazier, recommended. Rachel Ann Frederick, cum laude, distinguished. Heavenly L'Oreal Freeman, recommended, avid. Alexander Xavier Gallegos, recommended. Bailey Ray Gallegos, recommended. Edwin Gallegos, recommended. Gabriela Marie Gallegos, cum laude, distinguished. Angelica Satare Garcia, recommended. Arthur Garcia, recommended, 3-year plan. Tiara Javin Latish Garcia. Tony K. Garrett, distinguished, avid. Adrian Jesus Garza, recommended, avid. Daniel Garza Jr. Deshaun Dante Gatewood. Isabel Marie George, recommended. Victoria Lynn Gill, recommended. Joshua Owen Ganot, recommended. Nicholas Ethan Gonzalez, cum laude, recommended. Lateria Faye Gooding, recommended, avid. Assyria Katul Gori, recommended. Shamaria Nicole Grayson Bray, recommended. Kalel Kunarsi Damon Greer Phillips, distinguished. Nicholas E. Gully, recommended, avid. Georgina Marie Gutierrez, magna cum laude, recommended. Leslie Diane Gutierrez, distinguished. Josue L. Guzman, recommended, avid. John T.C. Hale, recommended. Darian Lee Marquise Hammonds, recommended. Ariana Jessie Hartman, cum laude, distinguished, avid. Elijah Gerald Hawkins, recommended. Ryan Joseph Hebron, recommended. Ashaya Diambria Henley. Amy Pauline Hernandez, recommended. Brianna Cecilia Hernandez, recommended. Milton Utsil Hernandez, recommended, avid. Angelica Renee Herrera. Tyrone Marcellus Hicks II. Damani Dushanti Hill. Christopher A. Hill Jr., recommended. Hugh Ho, magna cum laude, distinguished. Alexander Din Hong, distinguished. Alaria Holder, cum laude, distinguished. Justice Lee Hundley, recommended, avid. Kaylee Renee Huff, recommended. Cheyenne Lee Humphreys, recommended. Shamercia Hunter, recommended. Derek Hutchison, magna cum laude, distinguished. Aluaye Bamidele Igetsu, recommended. Amarachi Faith Ikaraha, recommended, avid. Caleb Scott Irvine, recommended, avid. Whitney Nicole Isbell, Foundation, distinguished. Edwin Ernesto Jackson, Foundation, distinguished. Zoe Lacey Jackson, cum laude, recommended. Pamela Chantel Jamerson, recommended, avid. Kevin William Jara. Enrique Jimenez, recommended. Anise Johnson, cum laude, recommended. Chantrell Octavia Johnson, recommended. Jeremy Nicholas Jones, recommended. Michaela Jasmine Jones, recommended. Pat Gary Jones. Renee Nicole Jones, recommended. Treasure T. Jones, recommended, avid. Treasure Danae Jones, cum laude, distinguished. Kaylin T. Jordan, recommended. Mariah Taylor Juarez, recommended. Kelsey Tiana Kaiser. Valentine Kariuki. Jasmine Janice King, recommended. Bryce Michael Kepke, recommended. Vivian Danae Lacey, recommended. Caitlin Legess, magna cum laude, recommended. Ranjanae Lathers, recommended. Richard Lawrence IV. Lei Wook Yui, distinguished. Loy Lee, Foundation, distinguished. Sarah Lydia Gruel Levitt, recommended. Mary Catherine Lepel, cum laude, recommended. Devin Kyrie Little, recommended. Terrian O'Shea Livingston, recommended. Jacqueline Yamas, recommended. Patricia Yamas, recommended. Hannah Deanne Longway, recommended. Francisca Nicole Mares, recommended. Samantha Marin. Tania Alexis Marshall, recommended. Destiny Martin, recommended, avid. Alyssa Nicole Martinez, recommended. Andrea Martinez, recommended, avid. Clarissa Isabella Martinez, recommended. Elizabeth Renee Martinez, recommended. Karen Martinez, recommended. Riley Preston Matthews, recommended. Melissa Christine Maya, Foundation, distinguished. Cameron Xavier Mayo, recommended. Manuel Montiel Mejia, recommended. Derek Stewart Meyer, magna cum laude, distinguished. Taylor Michelle Meyer, recommended. Andrea Patricia Meza, recommended. Jefferson Micharoon, recommended. Tiffany Alexis Miller. Jonathan Wayne Miner. Joe David Miranda. Aliyah Shairoon Muhammad, magna cum laude, distinguished. Zachary Glenn Muhammadu, distinguished, avid. Ezekiel Roman Molina, recommended. Tushia Moore. Tyra T. Mooring. Enrique Giovanni Moreno Beeg, Foundation, distinguished. Devon Mosley, recommended. Brian Shanenye Moforo, magna cum laude, distinguished. Amir Mujik, recommended. Kevin Muho, recommended. Joe Anthony Munoz, recommended. Jesus Murataya Jr. Jaquise Murray, recommended. Anissa Lachelle Napier, recommended, avid. Jonathan Nava, magna cum laude, distinguished. Mohamedou Mustafa Ndaye, recommended. Tyus Neal, recommended. Mauricia Ryan Newsom, recommended. Morgan Newton, cum laude, recommended. Thierry Ngang, distinguished, avid. Ryan Saiwi Nugenda Kumanya, recommended.
Should I try it again?
Nugenda Kumana, thank you. Recommended. Tommy Kim No, cum laude, recommended, avid. Andrew Lee Wynn, recommended. Anthony Paul Wynn, recommended. Brandon Wynn, magna cum laude, distinguished. Diana Wynn, recommended, 3-year plan. Hui Win, cum laude, distinguished. Johnny Win, recommended. Kevin Kang Dang Win, recommended. Linda Win, recommended. Wen Tifong Win, magna cum laude, distinguished. Fat Win, magna cum laude, distinguished. Tuan Ken Win, cum laude, foundation, distinguished. Vina Win, magna cum laude, distinguished. Tyreek Nolan, recommended. Quentin Guy Nolly, recommended. Kingsley Okechukwu Nuwiki, recommended. Charles Obenwa Jr., recommended. Jessica Ochoa, magna cum laude, recommended. Emmanuel Awoch Okello, distinguished. Cassie Nina Okoro, recommended. Juan Miguel Olguin. Nicholas Ethan Olivares. Gabriel Anthony Olivas, cum laude, recommended, avid. Jennifer Oyarzabal, recommended. Erica Marie Olson, cum laude, recommended. Joshua Omiji, recommended. Timothy James Ori, recommended. Ernesto Orozco, recommended. Daniel M. Owele, recommended, avid. Francisco Guillermo Padilla, cum laude, recommended, avid. Omari Page. America Palazzo, magna cum laude, recommended. Annalie Paredes, recommended, avid. Chastity Danielle Parker, recommended. Joshua Dominique Parrish, cum laude, recommended. Jenna Kantilal Patel, magna cum laude, recommended, avid. Jocelyn Patino, recommended. Winnie Ulling Paul, recommended, 3-year plan. Julian Pena, recommended. Betsaida Ested Perez, distinguished, avid. Chastity Page Perez, recommended. Pham Nyop Mai Yum, cum laude, recommended. Lin Pham, recommended. Tai Hin Win Pham, magna cum laude, distinguished, avid. Tui Pham, recommended. Tram Pham, cum laude. Luis Alfonso Piot, recommended. Paloma Portillo Coral. Rebecca Ann Presley, recommended, avid. Perry Janae Primus, recommended. Oh, thank you. Caitlin Marie Puga, cum laude, recommended, avid. Julian H. Pupo. Jason Michael Paidugadu, cum laude, distinguished. Quinn Quach, cum laude, recommended. Leonardo Antonio Quintero, recommended. Javier Quiroa. Sydney Dakiona Rags, recommended. Jacob Jordan Ramirez, recommended. Tyler Simone Randall, recommended. Alicia Marie Reimer. Jocelyn Reyes, recommended. Aubrey Renee Ridgway, magna cum laude, distinguished, avid. Victoria Marie Rivera, recommended, avid. Christopher Darrell Robinson, recommended. Tanaya Robinson, recommended. Alyssa Rodriguez, cum laude, recommended, avid. Ricardo Rodriguez, recommended. Jordan Omar Rose, recommended. Sasha Jeanne Rosen, recommended. Krisnan Lamont Royal, Jr. Albert Ruiz. Sasha Chanel Sadler, recommended. Dea Salazar, recommended, avid. Fernando Salazar, recommended. Brianne Lynn Saldana. Sarah Saleh, cum laude, distinguished, 3-year plan, avid. Carmen Elizabeth Mallory Sanchez, recommended, avid. Anthony Giovanni Sandoval, magna cum laude, distinguished. Julian Sangus, recommended. Kirsten Naquan Satcher, recommended. Brianna Christine Saucedo, recommended. Jezebel Saucedo, distinguished. Brandon Joaquin Serrano, recommended. Taylor Shannon. Tyler Shannon. Harrison Michael Sharp. Elizabeth Emily Shockley, recommended. Megan Dean Shoup, recommended. Tatiana James Silman, recommended, avid. Alexis Deandra Simmons, cum laude, distinguished, avid. Kayla Elaine Simmons. Jason J. Simpson, recommended. Walat Cindy. Dante Jalen Smith, recommended, avid. William Allen Walker Smith, recommended. Javier Solis. Cayman Cole Sosa, recommended. Nova Springfield, recommended. Quanlasia Junavian Stallworth. Sky Nicole Stellivan, recommended. Joshua Shane Stevenson, recommended. Riley Aaron Stone, magna cum laude, distinguished. Kyle Joseph Story, magna cum laude, distinguished. Terrace Strickland. Sarah Justine Stroud, magna cum laude, distinguished. Nicholas Jack Sullivan, recommended. Luke Jericho Taride, magna cum laude, distinguished. Jacob Tyler Save Tassila, recommended. Jasmine Nicole Taylor, magna cum laude, recommended, avid. Guy Donald Thames, the third, recommended. Sharif McKenna Thompson, recommended. Lisa Tong, 3-year graduate. Henry Tran, magna cum laude, distinguished. Howard Tran, recommended. Jessica Mai Tran, recommended. Wang Tran, recommended. Theodore Than Tran, recommended. Tram Tran, cum laude, recommended. Robert James Traylor, recommended. Marvin Joseph Valdiviso. Edgar Valles, cum laude, distinguished, 3-year plan, avid. Destiny Vargas, recommended. Flor Clarisa Vargas, recommended. Iceland Marila Vela, recommended. Melissa Velasquez. Sabrina Villa Gomez, recommended. Leonardo Antonia Villalobos Hernandez, recommended. Ana Maria Valleda. Luis Fernando Valleda, recommended. Ayana Deshay Vitol, recommended. Duck Vo, cum laude, distinguished, avid. Kirstelin Vu, magna cum laude, distinguished. Destiny Michelle Ward, recommended. DeAnthony Sporte Washington, recommended. Kelsey in Washington, recommended. Demetrius Watts, recommended. Megan Elizabeth Webb, recommended. Torisha Nicole Webb, recommended. Caitlin Elizabeth Wheat, recommended. Chad Ren Willett. Alexandria Kaylin Williams. Brianna J. Williams, recommended. Courtney Trene Williams, recommended. Jalen Delancey Willis. Ariel Danielle Wilson. Tiara Rochelle Woods, recommended. Princess Danielle Yates, recommended. Shabrandon Young. Mohammed Zakiuddin, recommended. Jonathan Ryan Silverman, magna cum laude, distinguished. Melody Ethley, cum laude, distinguished, avid, and the Student Leader Advisory Board to the Board of Trustees. Tiara O'Neill Lewis, magna cum laude, distinguished. Tyra O. Lewis, class rank of 12, magna cum laude, distinguished. Kevin Hai Win, class rank of 11th, magna cum laude, distinguished. Caitlin Hong, class rank of 10, magna cum laude, distinguished. Andy Wynn, class rank of 9, magna cum laude, distinguished. Kelvin Yao Ejupong Boating, class rank of 8, summa cum laude, distinguished. Allison Nicole Whiddon, class rank of 7, summa cum laude, distinguished. Louis Chung Mai, class rank of 6, summa cum laude, distinguished. Andy Vu, class rank of 5, summa cum laude, distinguished. Felicia Olutomiwa Rosiji, class rank of 4, summa cum laude, distinguished. Vivian Dang, class rank of 3, summa cum laude, distinguished. And now the salutatorian of the class of 2016, Stephanie Win, summa cum laude, distinguished. Go ahead. The valedictorian of the class of 2016 of Seguin High School, Tien Un Hong, summa cum laude, distinguished.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we close today's ceremony, I'd like to take this last opportunity to say, on behalf of the class of 2016, we'd like to thank our parents, teachers, administrators, and anyone else that helped us reach this milestone. Lastly, on my list of thank yous, I'd like to give a special thanks to my classmates. I had the honor of representing the best senior class in Arlington, Texas. To all of my classmates, I know I will miss sending you all numerous texts, tweets, and Remind 101 messages about fundraisers. And I know you will miss hearing my voice on the announcements every day. With that being said, I just wouldn't feel right leaving Seguin without one last announcement. So here it goes. Seniors, seniors, seniors. A reminder to pay all fines to the bookkeeper. Oops, my bad. Seniors, the time is finally here. Take one last look around because most likely this is the last time we will ever be gathered together in one place as a class of 2016. Let's slow down for just a second and savor the moment. This is ours and we earned it. But life is calling, so please take 3 words with you. Good, better, best. Never rest until your good is your better and your better is your best. I wish you all nothing but success. Good luck to your future endeavors. Graduates, we on go. Thank you and congratulations. This is Melody F. Lee signing off. Will the student body officers please join me at the podium? Will the Seguin High School class of 2016 please stand? To symbolize our crossing over from students to graduates, will everyone please join me and move your tassel from the right to the left? It is my pleasure and distinct honor to present to you the classiest seniors that have ever walked the halls of Juan Seguin High School. The one, the only, class of 2016.